Hi, today I'm reviewing the TonyMoly Multi-Use Sun Oil. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. So if you want to help keep the channel independent, check out my products at nobsbeauty.com or click on the Amazon link below. So, I was at Riley Rose a couple months ago, and I saw this, and I thought, I gotta pick it up. I love a good oil. My skin's dry. I need all the SPF I can get for wrinkles and preventing them and things like that. So, and I like K-Beauty brand, so I definitely had to give this a try. And now that I've had a good chance to try it out on some good sunny days, as well as a lot of cloudy, not nice days, I finally have a chance to get you guys my thoughts on it. And this has an SPF of 50, which is awesome. Chemical sunscreen filters, so if you're a mineral person, it's probably not for you. But the nice thing about this is it really is multi-use. You can use this on your face, your hair, or they mention drops into your skincare products or foundation, which, in my opinion, will certainly dilute the effectiveness. So if you put one drop in a handful of primer and say you're good, don't do that, because you're not going to get the full effectiveness diluting it. And I know there's people, I read reviews from it online, of people that would put a drop of in their primer and now they love sunscreen, but they're not getting the full effectiveness. I'm sure they're getting some effectiveness, but just, you're definitely not getting SPF 50. So maybe 5, which is still better than nothing. But anyway, so, and then if you're concerned about your hair, I know the Kula brand has the hair thing, which I've used and reviewed. You can check that out. But this one, you can take a few drops and smooth it over your skin, which will, or your hair, which will help your hair from fading in the light. But you're probably not going to be able to apply it liberally enough to really, really, really protect your hair. So, I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up. A little bit's better than nothing, obviously. So, anyway, so now my thoughts. Packaging. The bottle's okay. I'm not a fan of the clear bottle. For the most part, it is more clear than not. So I do recommend keeping it in a cabinet as opposed to on your countertop, where the window sun gets in and it can degrade some of the antioxidants. But overall, it's decent packaging. My second criteria is alcohol, and this does not contain any denatured or drying types of alcohol, so that's always a good thing as well. Fragrance, it contains a small amount of fragrance. It's not super high up on the ingredient list. It's in the middle. It dissipates rather quickly, so that's a good thing. However, if you have sensitive skin, it could be an issue, and it could be even further a more difficult issue, especially with the chemical filters, which some of them can be irritating to very sensitive skin as well. So the combination of fragrance and then sometimes the sensitivity from the chemical filters. So if you have very sensitive skin, I would recommend probably not using this one at all because of those reasons. So chemical sunscreens, I really, really, really prefer those to be fragrance-free just because of that fact. So the manufacturing location is Korea, so no issues with that. Ease of use, this one definitely left my skin feeling oily for a time period after applying it. And you certainly want to make sure you're getting a good liberal application. So you're going to probably want to use, I don't know, maybe a third of a dropper bottle, maybe a half, just to make sure your entire skin is covered with it. And it takes a little bit of time to dry down, so you probably want to apply this and wait 15 to 20 minutes before you apply your foundation. Make sure it's the last product you apply for your skincare routine before your foundation. You always want to apply your sunscreen towards at the very end of the list as much as you can, unless you're using foundation and things like that. But so it did take a while to dry down. Most chemical sunscreens you apply to your skin anyway, you want to wait some time between applying that and your foundation so that it can absorb. So I did find it to be a little oily, and it was a little frustrating to apply it, and it was a bit of an effort as well to layer foundation over it and still get a matte finish. You'll probably end up with a more satin finish or a more radiant finish than you would if you weren't using an oil sunscreen. So, but in terms of using on your hair and everything else, certainly I'd put a couple drops in your hand and then just smooth it over your finished style. So you'll get the SPF protection from then. So if you have like really red hair and you don't want it to be bleached by the sun, that will certainly help. And also the one thing if you're going to use this, I use this in place of my moisturizer that I normally used in my morning routine, because applying too many layers with the oil on top seemed to cause a little bit of pilling. So just play around with it and you'll get a good manner of using it and kind of get the hang of it. But there are a few things you have to figure out in terms of layers and what foundation you're going to use, what finish you like anyway. Okay, so my 6th criteria is antioxidants. They've got some beneficial hydrating ingredients, and some good emollients. Otherwise, there wasn't much else in terms of antioxidants or other real beneficial ingredients. So I would have liked to see them throw some of those in, especially if they had the time to throw the fragrance in there. Instead, maybe throw something good in. So, yeah, I would have liked to see that, but they didn't go that direction, which is okay, as long as you're using a good serum underneath it with some good antioxidants in it. My 7th criteria is animal testing, and TonyMoly is not cruelty-free. I believe they sell in China, so they're not cruelty-free. Performance definitely gives you SPF 50 protection, which is good to see. And then again, be sure you're not diluting it into a primer or a foundation. You're not going to get the full coverage that way. If you have skin that tends to be more normal oily, probably not going to love this so much, just because of the oil consistency and how long it takes to kind of dry down and set. Yeah, those with drier skin, though, might appreciate the oil. One other oil sunscreen that I picked up that I really like is the Beauty Blender Selfie Shield. It's only an SPF 30, but it is fragrance free. It does use chemical filters, but if you have sensitive skin, I would probably recommend you go with the Beauty Blender, which is a little bit more pricey, but it doesn't have any fragrance in it, so you're less likely to have irritation issues. So let's see. My 9th criteria is the price, and this is the full size, which is 1 ounce. And the regular price is $28.50, which might initially sound a little bit pricey, but if you think about it, the fact that half a dropper bottle covers pretty much your entire face, a bottle will go a long way. So I don't find it to be totally too pricey. And then my 10th criteria is the it factor, and had they made a couple small changes, I probably would have liked it a little bit better. I had a little bit better luck with the Beauty Blender Selfie Shield, like I mentioned, but I do like the fact that this has no white cast, no dry flakes. However, sensitive skin, again, and oily skin, probably not going to be huge fans of this for the reasons I discussed. So, overall, this has its ups and downs. So, overall, I got a 5 out of 10, which is, it's still better than no sunscreen at all, definitely. So, if you love this and you can't see yourself using anything else, this is better than nothing. Absolutely. So, and it's better than a lot of other sunscreens out there as well. So, anyway, so I'm interested if you guys have a chance to try this out, which is the multi-use sunscreen. And I didn't know the BCDation. I didn't know if that was like a word or what. So, anyway, definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Check out nobsbeauty.com and the Amazon link below. And thank you guys so much. See you tomorrow.